Well, welcome back, folks. I'm here now with Daniel Dubreui from Sony. Daniel, thank you for taking time off the booth to talk to us.
Thank you.
Daniel, tell us what you look after at Sony.
Okay, as you know, Sony has been involved in a professional market for more than 40 years. And we started with CRT. At that time, we have our own technology called Trinitron, and then we moved to Trinitron HR for the professional market. In 2003, we moved to LCD technology, but we were not 100% satisfied about the quality of the LCD and the limitation of this technology. And in 2011, we moved to OLED, and this is really a much better quality picture, even beyond CRT. So OLED is now our main technology. We are developing the panel ourselves for the professional use.
And what are you showing at the show? There's a new 4K reference monitor, isn't there?
Yes, so based on this technology, OLED, we are introducing at BVE the new BVM 4K monitor, reference monitor. This product is unique. First of all, it's a real 4K display. It's a 30-inch size, and it does have the advantage of OLED. So good blacks, good viewing angle, a very nice motion. And obviously, this is something that users are experienced with CRT in the past.
So do you see this being used as primarily a location reference monitor, or is this something you see more in a finishing suite?
So that monitor is dedicated for color grading application or for quality control. It is really state-of-the-art product quality in terms of performance. It's also, this monitor does have 4K OLED, but on the top of that, we also introduce high dynamic range. So that model is switchable between SDR or HDR, and we can, have, as you know, OLED give us a very high contrast ratio and details in the black. What we are missing today is also, the highlights, the details in the highlights, and this is what HDR is bringing.
And what else are you showing on the booth this year?
We are also showing on the stand the picture monitors range. We have PVM monitors and LMD monitors. They all have the same chassis. It's a new chassis, very lightweight, slim, thin, low power consumption. So it's all about cost saving in terms of chassis. And we have two technologies around it. OLED again, with the PVM series, and we have LCD technology with LMD series.
So if you're a customer who's acquiring 4K, what kind of decision-making process would you be expecting them to go through when choosing both location monitors and reference monitors for grading? So you have an LCD technology and you have an OLED. Is it that the LCDs are better on location and the OLEDs are better in studio? Or how's the split?
I think the decision between OLED and LCD is more about whether you want the best quality, and definitely you go to OLED, or you can compromise that point, and you may have limited budget also to consider for the monitoring. So a lot of customers nowadays for monitor wall are using LCD technology because it's cheap and it's getting better and better. But for very critical or for program preview or for camera vision, this type of application, OLED is definitely best technology to use.
So what other technologies exist in the new X300 monitor? Because presumably, while it's a fantastic panel, are there other software and technologies in there that help the picture to become just so much better?
Yeah, the BVM X300 actually is using TriMaster EL technology. TriMaster EL is a technology concept we have introduced, and is based on providing the best picture quality, the accuracy and the consistency that is required for reference monitoring, something you can rely on as compared to picture monitors. So it's a matter of how much processing power you have in the monitors to get these elements. Also the colors is very accurate. We can, color space, as you know, is very wide with OLED, and this monitor can go up to ITU 2020, most of it, color space. So it does cover also P3 color space for cinema, or it does cover ITU 709 or EBU or SMPT color space.
So it's not only a broadcast monitor and a finishing monitor that has very high quality, but it's future-proof as well.
It is, definitely, yes. As you know, 4K is not only about more resolution or more pixel, it's also about better pixels. And this is what we provide with OLED and HDR technology.
So if someone who's not familiar with the difference between LCD and OLED technology, could you explain to us briefly how the technology differs and why OLED is so much more robust for finishing?
Okay, LCD technology is a transmissive technology, which means that you have a backlight and you have liquid crystal molecule at the front which are moving. Then you can change the contents, the picture quality. This backlight, the problem of that is you can never get a real black because the light is leakage of the light is passing through the LCD molecules. So you have a reduction in the contrast ratio. The blacks are not really blacks, and you are struggling also with the viewing angle. OLED is an emissive technology, which means it's very common to similarity of the CRT technology in the past. We were using phosphor. Instead of using phosphor, we are using organic material. This is OLED. And that means that if you don't apply any current, you have no light emitted. So the black is really black.
So I remember when the OLED technology first came out at NAB, and you had an area where you had a regular tube monitor, an LCD, and the OLED. And the thing that struck me was just how rich the blacks were. Why is that so important?
Why is that so?
Why are rich blacks so important in finishing?
Well, as you know, the black details are important because our eyes are very sensitive to the low lights. So you need, especially for color grading, for cinema, or even for high-end TV programs, you want to get the best of it in the low lights. So you need to have a display which is capable to go very deeply in the low lights, to be able to reproduce details, shadings that are available on the signal.
Fantastic. Well, Daniel, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Really fascinating stuff. Folks can come and speak to you on the Sony booth, I imagine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.